Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning to the episode of The Wonderkind Morning Show. Look. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's good, everybody? I am back with another episode of The Wonderkind Morning Show. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody is safe, sound, and ready for their morning nitro with a little bit of action. Jared Thomas, hey, what's good? Good morning, good morning. King Blaze, good morning. King Lee, he's like, yo, I'm first again. You're not first, you're last. I'm the jerk, what's good? Good morning, good morning. Michael Akins, good morning. Listen, man, we got a good show today, action-packed show today. If you didn't hear about it, Jamarr Chase's number now is close to 40, or literally at $40 million a year. Oh. Yeah. That's his projections right now. So Bengal fans are not, they're not happy. Yo, I'm laughing because, yeah, if he wants that amount, there's no way they're keeping T. There's no way. They won't be able to swing it. They have no money. But yeah, good morning, Kush. And of course, the patriarch of the Ball family, Lavar Ball, had a medical emergency in which he lost his right leg. We're going to be talking about both of those topics today. And of course, you know I have my 80s, 90s trivia that I think is going to perk some of your curiosity. So rise and grind, rise and shine. Good morning to everybody. King is like, good morning, young king. Yeah, bro, it's good morning, man. It's good morning, man. Good morning to everybody, man. King Blaze is there. I see y'all. Listen, so let's get started on this. Let me hear something right now, man. I'm telling you right now, doing the lives, then doing on a separate channel, then doing the videos on another channel, man, it be crossing me, man. But I'm getting it. I am getting it. I'm getting better at it every day. And you know this. Oh my gosh. Boy, sometimes you mess yourself up. Because I didn't put the stuff on here. I don't care. We'll do it while I'm doing it. Man, this has just been one of those. It's because listen, guys, if you don't know, I have to exit out of OBS and switch in between that and the YouTubes for this channel. So it messed me up. It messed me up. So whatever, I'm going to add it on while we're doing it. So if you cannot see this right now, yes, this is what's going on right now. Chase, triple crown winner. He did everything. Receptions, all that stuff. He did it all. He did it all. And now he wants his money. The problem is that team doesn't look like they're going to have the money to do it. They don't look like they're going to have the money to pay him what he wants or to pay him market value. And if they don't, something has to give. Now, to be real with you, they probably could have swung it if Joe Burrow took a pay cut. But Joe Burrow was unwilling to take the pay cut. He was unwilling to do so. And because of that unwilling to take a pay cut, he's not taking a pay cut. And because he's not taking a pay cut, there's no way on God's green that they're going to be able to swing him and T. There's just no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. So now we got to worry about, we shouldn't have to worry about him and T moving forward for this year. Now, I know Bengal fans are saying, well, either give us our picks or whatever else it is like that for the first, and then it'll be whatever. But I'm telling y'all this right now. It's not going to go the way that they want. It is not. It is not. As you guys can see now, it's up there. I got it up to the right for the image. Yeah, man. That's it. Bro, there's no way. The Bengals are going to be falling off of a cliff moving forward. Like, straight up, there's no way they're going to be able to do what they need to do to compete with the Ravens and other teams if they can't keep this guy. And they're going to keep this guy. Or, I'm telling you right now, if they ever got rid of Chase, Burrow's gone. He's gone. He'll force his way out of there. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So I'm, as a Raven fan, I'm happy about this. Now, of course, Bengal fans are not happy. They're kind of like, oh, it'll be okay. No, it's not. You've had Bengal fans that thought that they were locked in to everything, and I'm not speaking on anybody's name, think that T. Higgins' contract was already up. He was about to get paid. They got the three biggest pieces are all up for contracts. Good luck. Good luck. Bruh, he is a Triple Crown winner. There has been how many Triple Crown winners in league history? 3? It's been Steve Smith Sr., Cooper Kupp, and if I'm not mistaken, what's his name for the 49ers, I believe? I think those are the only Triple Crown winners in NFL history. He's the 4th. He is the 4th. NFL Triple Crown. I'm checking it right now. Let's see. The receivers that have won the Triple Crown. I believe it was only 3. And I'm not talking about back then. I'm talking about actually like in this. Okay, so you had more than 3. So Jerry Rice, Sterling Sharp, Lance Allworth, Cooper Kupp, Jamarr Chase, Steve Smith Sr. I was off. So 2 more. So, yeah. And those are some of the great, like Sterling Sharp's run. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. His run on the Packers before his injury was crazy. Good morning, Tiffany Ned. Good morning, good morning. So they have to give him that money. But listen, $40 million is crazy. I know you're saying nobody's paying him that. Listen, let me tell you right now. What's his name is getting paid like 30, is it 32 or 33 a year? Like, guys are getting paid a lot of money. And it keeps going up. Justin Jefferson is at $35 million per year for the Minnesota Vikings. Never been a Triple Crown winner. CeeDee Lamb is at 34. A.J. Brown's at 32. Amon-Ra St. Brown's at 30. Tyreek Hill's at 30. Where do you think he ranks on that guy? You said nobody's paying him 40. And plus, and for everybody that does not know this, the NFL's salary cap has went up exponentially. So yeah. Listen, Nick Wright, I'm gonna say this. Nick Wright hates on Lamar because he realizes Nick Wright hates on anybody who is a threat to his favorite players. He understands that Lamar is undoubtedly a threat. Because here's the thing. If Lamar gets an MVP, let's say next year, and wins the title, he'll have more MVPs than Patrick, and he would only need a brief run to tie up or at least come within 1 Super Bowl of Patrick Mahomes. And that scares him. He does not like competition. That's why he hates on Lamar the way he does. Because he's visually looking at it and being like, if the Ravens figure out the playoff woes, this could be a dynasty. And he's scared of that. Because then he's going to have to eat all the words and talk about how Lamar is, because of everything that he's listed, why Patrick is better than Lamar, he'd have to take all that back. He don't want to do that. But people got to understand something. Your value is only dictated by the market. The market tells you your value. Like, there's so many people out there that are so, sick in the head that believe that they dictate their value. No, you do not dictate your value. The market dictates your value. Let me let you understand that right now. The market dictates your value. Not you. Not you. Brandon E. Cooper Kupp. Well, didn't he win Super Bowl MVP a couple years ago? And being a Triple Crown winner? People said he probably had one of the top 2, top 3 greatest wide receiving years of all time. All of the markets are out of control. How do you tell somebody to take less when the teams are making more The salary cap is more. It is what it is. The best receiver right now or the highest paid receiver right now is Justin Jefferson at $35 million a year. So you're saying, well, he's going to be at 36, 37. They're all like, that's what the wide receiver market is approaching. That's what it's approaching. Y'all got to understand, like, that's where this is going. All of them are going. Look at the quarterback market. Y'all forget how bloviated the quarterback market is? Come on now, man. Y'all acting like y'all don't know this, man. And that's what gets to me. It's like, it's just following market. He's asking what his market value is. This is the problem like teams like the Ravens have, because they don't like paying people by their market value. They like to go under the market value. And then complain that, why is this like this? Like, people got to understand, like, this is the way it goes. And like I said, T. Higgins is going to be commanding $29 to $30 million a year. Let me say this right now. I'm going to go through this. And Brandon Ayuk is making $30 million a year. Jalen Waddle's making $28.25 million a year. Devontae Adams making $28 million a year. Are you going to try to tell me that Jamar's not worth that? After being, out of all those people that we just named, he's the only Triple Crown winner out of all of them? Listen, Kush, I'm hoping that happens. Because if he goes to the Commanders, then he's the NFC's problem. Let him go wreck shop and be a problem and a headache for the Philadelphia Eagles twice a year, the Dallas Cowboys twice a year, and the sad stated New York Giants twice a year. That's who I like. Go bother them, the 49ers, the Rams. I'm trying to get most of this talent out of the AFC North. Like, we won't have to worry about Myles Garrett. Soon we won't have to worry about TJ Watt. We won't have to worry about Mr. T. Higgins. Yeah, it seems nice. Real nice. Good morning, Jay Killer. Good morning. Nasty work. Jared Thompson says, but Nitro, bro, can you explain to me, though, why he's seen to become a Josh Allen fan, though, this year? He used to handle them all. Because he realizes Josh is no longer a threat. He's no longer a threat. He's not a threat. Josh, by taking the Bills have done better taking the ball out of Josh's hand. So he's like, oh, he wasn't supposed to get the MVP he got. He can't beat me in the playoffs. What is there to be scared of? Lamar now, if his team plays right around him, he's going to destroy us in the playoffs. He already got 2 MVPs. He has multiple NFL records, and now he just had one of the greatest passing seasons we have ever witnessed. So you're looking at this and saying, he's looking at it like, bro, oh man, it's the same way he views Michael Jordan with LeBron. He's like, oh man, what am I going to do? He don't want that smoke, those problems. And no problemo. Kush said, Nitro, how do you feel about us being linked to the Dallas Cowboys? Zach Martin, I thought he was contemplating retirement. Listen, if he could give us even 75 or 80% of what he was, that's 10 times better than Falele. So I would happily welcome him into Ravens' arms. Even if it's for a year. You know where I'm coming from? Even if it's for a year. The Bengals have listen, and this is no hate against the Bengals. The Bengals have already fallen off a cliff. For them to draft well, they have to get very high draft picks. The way that they've acquired those draft picks is by stinking for years. How do you think they got Joe Burrow? How do you think they got Jamarr Chase? How do you think they got T. Higgins? I mean, T. Higgins was later on, but still, how do you think they got him? Like, they've stunk for a long time to get the talent that they've acquired. Now, they don't have the funds to keep the talent that they've acquired. So then this whole process of them stinking again for them to get new, valuable, big name talent has to happen again for them to surround Joe Burrow with talent. And Joe Burrow, out of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, needs the most talent around him. That's not conjecture, that's fact. And any Bengals fan that come over here and be like, oh, Lamar has all these Pro Bowlers and stuff like that. They called Falele a Pro Bowler. Tuckerhead was one of the worst kickers last year. They called him a Pro Bowler. They called them a Pro Bowler because they have, y'all got to understand the media. They don't want to say it's all Lamar. So what they do is when the Ravens are winning and all the Ravens are winning, they got this high flying offense and everything else. They try to diminish Lamar by giving everybody else the credit. That's why I've said countless times, John Harbaugh is in the perfect coaching situation. Because in all actuality, they don't blame him for anything. They don't. They don't even mention him. They'll allude to him and then forget that they alluded to him and then put all of it back at the feet of a Lamar Jackson. And we already know media discourse affects teams. I don't care what anybody says. If you hear the same thing over and over and over again, it affects your team. It's just the way it goes. That's the power of the media. They can input subjective thoughts into your mind to where the perception becomes almost your reality. They know what they're doing. We've seen the Ravens without Lamar Jackson twice. Did they look like a good team with you? They were averaging 10 points a game. Lamar Jackson has the second highest points per game for a career while in an offense that he's leading. Y'all know that, right? They were comparing this to the greatest show on turf. That's how crazy the stats were they were putting up this year. And think about all the broken plays that happened. All of the missed defensive assignments. All of the missed offensive assignments. All of the drops. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens did all of that while having a top 5 drop percentage in the NFL. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why the media does what they do. But with Joe needs those help. He's not the athlete that a Lamar is and can put it all on his back or manipulate the defense to do things outside of what they want to do because of the threat of him. That's not Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow needs guys that can go get their own yards and can make big-time plays. Nitro, even Bill fans were very confused when they saw Nick Wright constantly defending Josh Allen. Yeah, because he's a weirdo. In the jerk, I'm the jerk. Greatest show on turf is wild. Yeah, our statistics matched up to them for most of the year. That's not me being or speaking hyperbole. I'm telling you that's the facts. We were matched up with the greatest show on turf during multiple statistics. I believe there's a couple statistics we actually beat them out in. Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. You see how you said that and you're like, there's no way. When you go look at the statistics, you're like, holy crap, are you serious? They were that good? Yes. Yes, with that crappy O-line, they were that good. With the crappy pass defense, they were that good. With the crappy coaching, they were that good. Like, come on now, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Lamar's never just had a total perfectly constructed unit around him with like one glaring weakness. It's been multiple weaknesses that you're asking the Lamar to mitigate. You're asking, listen, let me tell you something right now. This is why, and this goes back to the Bengals, right? The Bengals have players around Joe Burrow that can cover up mistakes. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson, whose job is to not only be the quarterback, but to be the mistake remover. Not Derrick Henry. No. Lamar's passing was actually better with Derrick Henry off the field. That's another one that people don't understand too. So when you hear people that, oh, because Derrick Henry ran for all these yards, he's 31 years old. Why do you think he's rushing for all? I knew Derrick Henry would be good. I didn't think he'd be 2,000 yards good. I told y'all at the beginning of the year, I expected Derrick Henry to rush for around 1,500 to 1,600 yards. You guys laughed at me about it. You know how many people came on the show and was laughing, talking about Nitro, you're just being a fan. I told y'all, I said, no. You have to understand the type of offense and the jeopardy that a player like a Lamar Jackson puts you in. Now you had a guy that you have to load the box to not even stop, but to slow down. You're going to have numbers all over the field. You're going to have one-on-ones, and there's going to be times where guys are running free because of the threat of a Lamar, a threat of a Derrick Henry. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But once again, I expected Derrick Henry to get around 1,500 yards. You can go back and look at the tape of me saying that. And people in the comments be like, Nitro, you're being a homer. Now, Derrick Henry is a Hall of Fame player, but Lamar erases all of the Ravens' mistakes. It's just Derrick Henry brings them home. It doesn't have to be, oh, now that we're up, Lamar just somehow keep pedal to metal and bring us the game. No, it could be Derrick, run the air out of this ball and hurt them while you're doing it. Go ahead. That's the difference. And now, because Lamar has that help, they're saying it's cheating. How many players did you hear? Now, finally, Lamar Jackson got help. They said, that's cheating. The Ravens are a super team. They have everything. People don't even understand. You can say Joe Burrow was on a super team. He had Jamarr Chase. He had 3 number 1 receivers and Joe Mixon. A young Joe Mixon in his prime. And good tight ends. The only thing on that team that people could be like, oh, he didn't have. The kicker was, this is the first year their defense has been bad. This is the first year their kicker has been bad. Remember, Bengal fans were saying their kicker was better than Tucker. People forget what they say. And guess what? Joe could not erase those mishaps or mistakes. The Bengals should have beat the Ravens both games. Both. Lamar just went Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct. And the reason why I bring up Lamar the way I do, because he's the quarterback. People get mad, Ravens fans will even get mad, oh, you're bringing up a Lamar a lot. It's you bring up Joe Burrow a lot. You bring up Patrick Mahomes a lot. You bring up Josh Allen a lot. Aaron Rodgers, Herbert, Lawrence, Russell Wilson, for God's sakes. Nasty work. Nasty work. Nitro and CJ Uzman as a tight end, don't forget. Yeah. Omega 20, I don't think the Ravens deserve Lamar. The Ravens never knew what they had in Lamar. I'm telling you that right now. They never knew. If they even had an inclination that Lamar would turn out to what he is, or they had the foresight to think that he could become this, they would have never chanced taking him second and having to come back into the first round to get him. Let's be real. You know how the Bengals didn't play? With that, they're oh, we'll take Jamal. We shouldn't take a wide receiver that high. They're no, we know it. Our guy wants him, and we think he's going to be one of the best, if not the best receiver in the league. We're taking him first. Hence why Jamarr Chase is a Bengal. Didn't Herbert just throw 4 interceptions? Where's the media hoopla about it? None. Listen, that's not a hot take. Lamar is better than Patrick. Patrick just has all of the accomplishments. You feel me? That's all it is. Patrick has the accomplishments, but we know Lamar Jackson is the better player. I don't understand how people cannot see that. Lamar just threw for 4,000 yards and rushed for 9,000. 900, I'm sorry. What? Context. All while having an offensive line that was terrible, and all while being top 5 in drop percentage. He has the 4th highest passer rating in NFL history. With all the things that I just said. Yeah, he's better. And on a team that does not play the talent when they're supposed to play the talent. Listen, last year we seen it with Keaton Mitchell. This year we seen it with Isaiah Likely. We seen it them trying to force it with Falele. Like I don't even like Ben Cleveland. Ben Cleveland should have been starting over Falele. We watched Keaton Mitchell destroy teams with 3 or 4 touches, and they said, go sit on the bench. Isaiah Likely is unstoppable. He is yet to be tackled by one person. And you know what they said? You fit in to share your stuff with 3 other tight ends. We had Trey White, and they're still willing to roll with Brandon Stevens. Tucker was missing everything, and they said we sticking with Tucker. Bro, so that's the context. Like Joe, bro, listen, this is why I'm saying Jamarr wants his money. That's why. Because you're asking Jamarr to be an eraser. You're not just asking him to be a great player and show up in big moments. You're asking him to be so great that he can erase mistakes made by the Cincinnati Bengals. And he's like, I want to be paid for it. Like Justin Jefferson, Jettis was doing that. He was so good that he was erasing mistakes made by the Vikings. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. They would run the ball 1st and 10. The guards would miss their blocks. They'd get knocked back 4 yards. 2nd and 14. You would think, like, okay, let's at least try to get back to the original line of scrimmage. No, they're going to throw it behind the line of scrimmage and get and telegraph it and get tackled. Now it's 3rd and 16, and they look over at Jettis and they be like, option route, just get open down the field and please come down with the ball, please, just please. And he would have to look at them and be like, it's a normal day at work. Say hike, I got it. And he's ha, 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 ha. 2 people are like this, catching the ball like this from the side. That's what he's doing. And guess what? They said that's why we paid him what we paid him, $35 million a year. Tyreek Hill at his best was like that. Tyreek Hill, you can just go like this. Here. He would make 5 people miss and then deuces the rest up the sideline for a touchdown. 50, 60, 75. It doesn't matter if you had 1 second on the clock. A mistake eraser. That's why he deserves his money. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, for context, they should have beat us. And I don't care what Ravens fan feels about this. The Cincinnati Bengals should have beat the Baltimore Ravens twice. It took the quarterback of the Ravens to literally say, I'm a Saiyan. I'm not human. My tail was chopped off when I was just an infant. And his hair turned white. He went Ultra Instinct. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh. He's not normal. Bro, when you can stiff arm mind you, he lost weight. When you can stiff arm the highest sack leader in the NFL with one hand. while moving into the ground, then jump out of bounds, pose and do the Jordan meme like this, and then throw it, get tackled, and then it perfectly find the ball between 3 defenders for your tight end like this. Bro, that's inhuman. That's not normal. He deserves to be a part of the Fantastic Four. He's a Marvel character. But sometimes, even with great characters, you lose because the teams around them are stupid. Hence why the Avengers first lost to Thanos, because they were stupid. Telling y'all, man. Telling y'all. Madden types of, bro, you can't even do that in Madden. Jumping out of bounds, flinging it 30 yards down the field. Like, you can't, like what Lamar did that game, and mind you, that didn't even put that as being one of the top plays of the year. To show you how crazy this league is. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. That's why when it comes to Jamar, certain players, I want these guys to get all their money. Because the league picks who they want, and you have, instead for not for long. But Jamarr Chase, go make your money, bro. Go make that money. Go make that money. Straight up. And I'm so serious. So serious. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition real quick because that's not the only topic we have for today. I have to actually get it up on here. Right? Man, I can't believe that. Man, I really need to get this stuff differently. But, so the next topic pretty much we're going to be talking about, we're going to transition to the NBA. Lavar Ball, sadly, had a medical emergency. And it took off his right foot, if I'm not mistaken. It's his right foot to be amputated. And a lot of people right now are saying to keep him in the prayers and everything else. Yeah, sad happening with him. He's in high spirits because you know how he is. He's like, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it is true. Lavar Ball, father of the Ball brothers, 2 which have made the NBA, 1 who is a rap phenom as of right now. Yes, his leg has been up to a little bit, about a foot below his kneecap has been amputated. So, and look, I'm going to be real with y'all. It irks me. That's another thing that irks me with how the media portrays him. Right? We've watched that man, and I'm being real with you. We've watched him have his sons do what he needs to do, whatever else it is, and they hate him because he said, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. Like, I'm not worrying about anything else. I'm telling you how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. His absolute just, I know what I'm doing, and it rubbed so many people the wrong way. And now what you have is you have a lot of them celebrating this. You have a lot of them celebrating, and it's sad to me, bro. Sad. This man, bro, like, and it's the same thing I be saying about with LeBron James as a father. This man, let me tell you something right now. All men can respect where LeVar Ball is coming from. You marry the woman that you want. You tell her we're having 3 sons. You have 3 sons. You tell her they're going to go to the NBA. You tell everyone they're going to go to the NBA. They said that they're stupid. They're not. The oldest brother's become a good NBA player, and his youngest has become one of the best NBA players. And he did it with everybody laughing in his face. And when his wife had a devastating stroke, I believe it was, he nursed her back to health. He said, I don't need y'all help. Don't worry about your mom. That's my woman. I got her. And he stayed home. and nurse that woman back. He's like, that's my woman. Like, the way that they paint him to be a monster is hilarious to me. Like, it's hilarious to me. That man does nothing but, he did nothing but advocate for his family, push his family forward, make sure that they have a better life, and the media absolutely hates him. Now, was he confident about it? Yes. But that should be the lesser of the point. That's why I tell you why I don't have to like LeBron to respect him. As a man looking at another man who is making sure that their family is okay. They made sure that their kids achieve their dreams. That's what he's done. Let's be real. Let's talk facts. Lavar Ball wasn't kissing nobody's tail. All he spoke was positivity into his sons. And everything that he said would happen, happened. Literally. So now that he's had this medical emergency, I saw people online celebrate, yeah, I guess he was wearing those big baller shoes or just being just ridiculous. And I'm like, bro, y'all are some of the most hateful people I've ever seen in my life. Y'all hate it because you're jealous of it. I will never be jealous of what another man has. Never. We all got to work. There's an old Jamaican saying, and it goes, every tub must sit upon them own bottom. That means everybody got to worry about themselves in the end. Even if you got to do your own work. Like, imagine that. Imagine a man that built a family, stayed with his family, coached his sons to become millionaires, right? Coached his sons to become millionaires, stayed with the same woman, preached family, and he's one of the most hated people in the media. Sit to tell you, what do you mean what? I don't know what you mean by that, coach. What do you mean by what? I don't know what you mean. Like, yeah, like LeVar, if it's about the LeVar Ball thing, yes, his right foot was amputated. He had a medical emergency and they had to take the foot off. Nobody knows what the emergency was. They don't know if it was from an accident, a fall, or nobody knows. We just know that his right foot has been amputated, and people was online joking about it and stuff like that, making fun of it. I'm like, bro, there's like the callousness of that. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. Like, you have no, like, if you're making fun of somebody like that just did that, and all he's done is big up his family, you have no shame. You have no pride. I'm not gonna hate another man because, say that phrase in Jamaican. Every tub must sit upon them bottom. Them own bottom. That's the old phrase. Every tub must sit upon them own bottom. And it just means everybody is responsible for themselves. To look at another man, say, I'm going to do this. Watch me. Speak life and positivity into his kids, his wife. Bro, and you notice how the media never brought that up? They're like, he's crazy and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, don't worry about my wife. That's my woman. I'm going to make sure that she's okay. Like, you feel, no, go ahead, coach. That's a Jamaican saying. You ask any Jamaican, if any Jamaican person has heard them say that, that's been said to any Jamaican person. I'm saying that right now. That's the stuff I'm talking about. Like, how could you hate on somebody like that? You don't have to like them to respect them. That's a bar. You don't have to like somebody to respect that person. I heard a lot of players say they don't like Michael Jordan. They sure as heck respect him, though. I heard a lot of players say they don't like Kobe Bryant. They sure as heck respect him, though. I heard a lot of players say they don't like Allen Iverson, but they respect him, though. Shaquille O'Neal, they respect him, though. Like, I'm looking at, and I look at it and I say a lot of it's coming from jealousy. Listen, and this is not everybody can do everything, right? He was singularly focused on getting as much of his children into the NBA as possible. He even said, look, it'd almost be impossible to get all three. One of them, this is all like, it's been recorded. Before any of them got to the league, he said, the plan is to get as most of the majority of them into the NBA. Most likely, all three of them won't get in there. Two of them I'll make sure will. But the third one will be something else. I don't know. Maybe an entertainer or a rapper or something. He spoke it into existence. Exactly. Listen, let me tell you right now. I love the Larry Bird angle because I remember Dominique Wilkins talks about him the best. He said Larry Bird would feel disrespected if you put another white player on him. He would say that. He's documented saying that. He'd be like, no. A brother got to guard me. Don't you dare disrespect me. And he would tell people what he's going to do. Yeah, look at this fall. I'm going to fall away, jump, and shoot this in your face. And you're going to taste it. Well, and he couldn't even jump. And he shoot, bomb, right in your face. Take that, what's up? Jump at that. And he's walking down, look, and he had that bounce. I can respect somebody that talks that talk and walks that walk. It's the people that talk that refuse or can't walk that walk that a lot of men do not respect. That's why you have a lot of people go at Stephen A. Smith. Because they'll be like, bro, you ain't really bad about it. You're not. That's the reason they go at Skip Bayless. Even though Skip is if you want to talk about a freak of like, the man be running triathlons. But they'd be like, you ain't really like that. I remember Lavar saying on ESPN, exactly, he said these things. He spoke it into existence and made it happen. And because he was proud in how he spoke, it rubbed people the wrong way. Because people don't like you to be proud in your abilities. They want to feel comfortable in their ineptitude. So they want to dim your shine because they don't like how brightly you're shining. Because in their minds, they're unable to shine as brightly also. So that breeds hatred. That's why a lot of people, when they achieve stardom or achieve success, they have to move away from the place of their original residence. Why do you think most people, when they get rich, they can't stay where they live in? They say, I got to move away. People will, even family members, they'll be like, yeah, I can't. You know, family, everyone's treating me differently. They go, you changed. Like, I didn't change nothing. I got some money and y'all saying, if I don't give you the money, I'm a problem. Exactly. Stephen A. Smith was the one talking about some Lamar Jackson in it. He hasn't been worth the contract he signed. He's the one that said Lamar Jackson can't throw. He said these things. And now he went out and be like, who said those things? The very next day, like, who would even say something like that? And everyone's looking at him like, hey, yo, my bro, what are you doing? You said it. Oh, I didn't say it. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. But look, we're going to wrap up today's show. We've been on almost an hour. I got 80s, 90s, 2000s trivia for you. And I'm going to ask you guys if you know where this is from. And I can't even show the pictures. I had the pictures and everything. But it looked like because I switched my OBS, it took all of the pictures I put up and put it on the Wunderkind Show and not on the morning show. But I'm going to play something for you guys, and I'm going to see if you guys know where this is from. Now, once again, this shouldn't be too hard, but if you're an 80s baby, you should know where this sound is from. Please, tell me what this is from. What 80s movie is this from? Come on, guys. Think. Y'all don't know where this is from? Bro, y'all, come on, coach. You don't know where this is from? Y'all, come on, guys. Y'all know where that's from? Seriously? Come on, I'll give y'all one more chance. Y'all don't know where this is from? I'll even fast forward it. All right. Y'all can't believe y'all don't remember this. I had the pictures to show y'all. That is the soundtrack for the 1980s smash cult hit, The Goonies. So y'all tell me y'all never watched The Goonies? Coach, you never seen The Goonies? You never ate popcorn watching The Goonies? Drinking Coca-Cola to The Goonies? How have y'all never watched The Goonies? Oh, yes! Are y'all serious right now, bro? Y'all telling me y'all don't remember The Goonies? Coach! Y'all don't remember The Goonies? Y'all don't remember The Goonies? Oh my God. Are you serious? Bro, for anybody that's never watched, I just watched that with my son 2 weeks ago. Y'all don't remember Sloth with his eyes slanted all the way down to here? Y'all don't remember Goonies? Bro, I'm catching y'all with this trivia stuff, bro. I'm catching y'all. For y'all that do not, what, it's a booby trap. I'll be saying that. It's a booby trap. Yo, for y'all to not know that don't know this, right? So, The Goonies was such a cult hit that it was put into, I believe, like, let me go back, the National Film Registry of the Library of Congress. I was thugging outside. I need cable. Bro, Goonies went on Fox. What was that old thing? Fox at the movies. Remember every Sunday, Fox would show that. Oh, I'm not going to say that movie. I'm not, because that's going to be another movie I'm going to use. Oh my God, I'm going to use another movie. Yeah, if you're from the 80s, there are certain movies that everybody watched or was referenced to. Goonies is top of that list. I could say about 10 of them. Yeah, I'm not going to name them all because I'm going to use them as trivia and stuff like that. But Goonies is one of those movies. But 80s has a plethora of movies that just, it transcends. E.T. was one. I'm not going to use anything from E.T., but E.T. is one of them. Back to the Future. Someone said Back to the Future is one of them. Like, it just, certain movies encapsulate a time period. Some of those Ferris Bueller's, like, Weird Science. Like, bro, Coach, I can't believe I got you with that. You never seen Goonies. To be fair, and I know y'all going to laugh at me right now, there are some, let's just say, black movies that I've never watched. Yeah, that I've never watched. And I remember somebody asked me if I watched certain movies. They're like, you never seen that? And they get real squinty-eyed at me, and I'd be like, no. And they get wide-eyed and be like, bro. And they'll just keep blinking. There's a lot of black movies that a lot of people have said they've seen that I have not seen. So I get it. But yeah. It's called Love Hurts. The Asian guy is in a new movie now. Oh, for real? This man said, give me your card now. Bro, I got one movie I'm going to say right now. And I know you're going to try to say, give me your card, right? And I know some of y'all are going to trip out because I've heard it's one of the greatest movies of all time. No, I've watched Coming to America. And I know you guys are going to flip out in the comments, but once again, I wasn't a big, when I was growing up, I was never a big movie guy. I was either playing sports or cartoons on Saturday. I mean, I was really a tweener. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, I was very athletic. I'd be with the athletes, but I was an anime guy. Like, I was a nerd. Like, I was in the books. I liked like literature and stuff like that. I was big in biology. So I was just athletic when I was younger. So I was around the athletes, but I would be chilling with the so-called nerds. So that I was never, a lot of them, the movie I never watched up until today, and I know y'all gonna trip out, Training Day. I've never seen Training Day. Yes, I've never watched it. I have never watched that movie. The most I've ever watched that movie is about 5 minutes, and I believe it was on TNT. I have never sat down and watched Training Day. And mind you, I've watched most of his movies. I've watched the Malcolm X movie with him. I've never watched Training Day. And I remember people, boo this man. Bro, my sister looked at me and said, you never watched Training Day? I was like, have you ever watched me watch it? She's like, and she was going through her mind, and she was like, I've never watched it with you. I'm like, yeah, I've never watched it. Even till today, that's why you've heard, like, most of the stuff that I'll reference stuff, and you'll never hear me reference anything for Training Day because I've never watched it. I've watched Harlem Nights. I've watched Shaft. So, how you dare you boo me? Don't stop trying to boo me. King Blaze, you stop it too. I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I have never watched it, bro. I've never watched it. I know. People get on me about it. I swear to you, I could show y'all text message. Of course, I watched all the Fridays. Oh my God, you're gonna get. I be saying, I've never watched Life with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. I've never watched it. I've never watched Life. I swear to you. I told you guys, I will not lie to you guys. Even if it makes me look bad, I will not lie. I've never watched Life. I've watched Coming to America. I've watched a lot of them. But there's certain ones that people will be like, you had to watch it. I'm like, I've never watched it. Boo this man. Yeah, I never watched Life. I've never watched Life. And Life has came on plenty of times on TBS, TNT. I just never had the sit down to just watch it. Put it this way. My best friend, whose name is his name is Jules. That's his nickname, Jules, right? And my sister, that was my trio growing up. My sister's only like a year and a half younger than me, and my best friend. They literally said we have to have a movie night with all of these movies because how in God's name did you not watch these movies? Yeah, I've never watched Life. I've never watched Training Day. If you name a couple more, there's a couple of them other ones that you'd probably be surprised that I've never watched. I've never watched The Color Purple. I never wanted to, but I never watched The Color Purple. Yeah. What's another one? Like a big black movie that everyone said they should have watched that I've never watched. There's some other ones. You can name some other ones. I've watched Like Mike. My mom owned a daycare when I was younger. I've watched all the kid movies. There's not a kid movie I have not seen. There is not a kid movie I have not seen. I have younger siblings. I have a lot of cousins. And my mom ran a daycare for years. And my mom's daycare was huge. I mean, my dad turned it, because my dad worked with his hand, amazing with his hands. He turned the entire house that they had into a daycare. Then it got so big that they had to have 2 separate places for after school. King Blaze said, what are you doing? Listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. The next time that we're doing this, I'll make y'all list out a whole bunch of 80s. I've watched American Dream more times than I can count. The Tina Turner Story more times than I can count. Yeah, I watched all of those ones. Yeah. I've watched The Nutty Professor 1 and 2. But I have never watched Life. I've never watched Training Day. And I know there's other ones that are big. Like I've watched Crooklyn because my family's from Brooklyn. So of course I had to watch Brooklyn. But there's some other ones that are really big in the black community that I know Coach watched. Like, I don't want to say this one because Coach will probably like block my number. But there's another one that if I say, you guys will probably just, like you'll just click out right now. And that's one of the biggest, most watched black movies of all time. I've watched Harlem Nights. But, I don't want to say this, bro. I don't. Do y'all know the movie? I even forgot the name. Coach said, say it. Bro, Coach, all right. And I swear, y'all bet, Coach, you can't block me. I watched New Jack City and I watched Belly. But this specific movie I've never watched. It's the movie God, man, that the kid gets killed with a shotgun and they scream out, Ricky. I've never watched that movie. I've watched Paid in Full. I watched Paid in Full is one of my, but Blue Hill Avenue, I've watched it too. But the movie where they scream out, Ricky! And he got shot with a shotgun, I've never watched it. Never watched it. I've never watched it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Boys in the Hood, there it goes. I've never watched it. I've never watched it. Boys in the Hood, yep, I never watched it. Go there, blocked. I've never watched it. I've never watched it. Mind you, to be fair with you guys, when I was bro, I've watched Set It Off with Queen Latifah and I've watched that. Most of those movies I didn't watch with my father and mother because I told you they were very strict with me. Growing up, I was not allowed to watch certain things. So, and my dad was very, very strict. When I watched a lot of the movies that I said I watched them with my cousins, like when my parents were not around. Like when dad was at work, mom was at work, and I'm chilling at my grandma's house. That's when I watched those movies. But I've never watched those movies within my own house growing up. No. My parents would not let me watch no Boys in the Hood. I told y'all, I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead or The Simpsons growing up. And because I never watched them growing up, I just said, it's whatever. I won't watch them when I'm an adult. But Boys in the Hood, Life, what's it called? Training Day. I've never watched any of those movies. I watched Roots in school. I didn't even watch Roots outside of school. I watched Roots in my history class. So I seen Roots. What are Colors? What's the movie Colors? I don't even know what movie that is. You're like, yo. I've never watched Colors, no. I don't even know what movie that is. At least the other ones I know what they are. I don't even know what a shame night. Bro, listen, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm real to a fault. I tell you, when I was growing up, I would tell the truth and it get me into trouble because I would just tell the truth. But sometimes I had to grow up, they say you can't always use your mouth. Yeah. I've watched plenty of gang movies too. I watched Blue Hill Avenue, Belly, Paid in Full, Shatas. I watched a lot of gang related movies, but those movies I have not watched them. And I'm telling you, there's more. But and I swear to you, if I go back to my text messages, my friend and my sister was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "I never watched that," and they flipped out on me. They were like, "How?" I was like, "I don't know. I didn't watch it." But once again, my parents are very. No, Skeptic Goat's on here now too. No, I have not watched Menace to Society. All the way through. To be fair, I have not watched Menace to Society all the way through. Yes, I've watched Don't Be a Menace to Comedy while drinking your juice in the hood. I've watched that. But, yeah, Menace to Society, no. All the way through, no. 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 Shots is fire, coach. Shots is fire. Skeptical came right into this and said, Menace to Society. I was a weird kid, bro. This is why I'm trying to tell you. Y'all get unfiltered nitro. Like, I was a weird, like, think about, I can't do everything. Like, I was skating. I was playing basketball. I was never a football player. I know because of my girth, now you guys would think, oh, he plays football. No, I grew up a basketball player. I could dunk at one point. Like, I got this much, I'm 5'10", I got this much over the rim. Like, yeah, I was a basketball player. I did extreme sports, BMXing, what's it called? My inline, I still got my skates. Remember I showed y'all this? With my grind plates and everything. Look how scraped up all that stuff is. Yeah, for aggressive inline. That was the stuff I was doing. Oh, yeah, I watched Roll Bounce. But some of the classics, I wasn't allowed to watch them. And as I got older, I never found myself watching them. Like, and that's just being real. Yeah, listen, I watched Titanic, and it was boring, and I was telling them to drown these people. But, listen, man, I keep myself busy. Oh, wow, coach was a wide receiver, you see? Yeah, even now, if I fully extend, I can still touch rim now at my size. Yeah, I can still touch rim. But, yeah, man, that was my sport. What stopped my sport from happening? I blew up my Achilles, 1.5 inch separation, trying out for FAMU. I went to FAMU, met the coach. I was going on for a walk-on. I beat out the point guard there. I forgot his name. I beat out the point guard, came back, was training at one of the churches here on Peachland in Port Charlotte. And when I went to blow stock, I separated my Achilles. And I was never the same after that. And then after I separated my Achilles, I blew out my knee. And my dream went kaput. That's why I'm happy for everybody that can achieve their dreams. Because when you don't achieve yours, you hold a special part in here to be like, I'm happy that you got to achieve yours. Like, truly happy. Did you ever watch Players Club? Yes, I've watched Players Club. You thought you were going to catch me with that one. Yes, I've watched Players Club. Bernie Mac and all them, and yeah, I've watched Players Club. Y'all got to watch Who Made the Potato Salad with Jaleel White. It's hilarious. Now, I never watched anything with him outside of Family Matters. And Sonic the Hedgehog. Because he was the voice of Sonic for years. So, yeah, you thought you were going to catch me with that one. Now I watch Players Club. Yeah. So when people, like, if you could see my foot, you could still see, like, hold on. I'll show you. Yeah, like, let me see if I can bend those all the way back. Like, if you look close, you see it? You see that? Yeah. And back then, when you had an Achilles injury, it was, like, horrible. Like, I couldn't, they put me in a cast and I couldn't walk for, like, 2-3 months. I had to use a walker and everything else. And then I tried to rehab from it. And rehabbing from it, I was trying to rush back so I can, you know what I'm saying, keep my scholarship. And then my knee blew. So, yeah. Yeah. So I'm truly happy when people get to achieve their dreams because, you know, scar tissue, yeah. And if you know, and anybody that's ever blew out their Achilles, the old school way of doing it, you'll notice that your Achilles is fat. It's extremely fat now. It's no longer slim like my other foot, like my other Achilles is slim. This one is fat. So, you know, I'm not perfect, guys. I'm always going to be real with y'all. I won't lie. I will not lie. But yeah, listen, I'll be real with you. when we get a chance, I'm going to make a list of all of the 80s and 70s black movies, and we're going to run through them. And we're going to get to see how much of them I've watched. I've watched a good portion of them, but man, yeah, man, you're a soldier. Man, listen, man, I've been through my own pitfalls of life, because life is going to life. But that makes me appreciate when other guys get to achieve their dreams. I'm truly happy for them. Because I'll tell you right now, it was devastating for me. Devastating. But I used to stay up 11 o'clock at night. My mom would have to come outside and tell me to stop shooting. My coaches would watch me run miles every morning before I would go to school, and then I would go home, rush, take a shower, get dressed, and run all the way down a block to make it back for my for my bus stop. That's how I was in with basketball. Like, you never saw me without a basketball growing up. Everywhere I went, and my dream went down. But I feel like life is going to do that to you. You just have to learn how different ways on how to cope. But like I said, I'm truly happy for these guys that get to achieve their dreams. And that's why I root so hard for them. So I root so hard, because it's hard when you lose the ability to chase your dream, when you lose the ability to chase it. You might fail, but when you can no longer even chase it, man, it hurts. Sometimes I tell people all the time, be happy for people, because you know what I'm saying? Just be happy. To be fair, we have never missing the cartoons lately. We have missing the cartoons, yeah. But look, guys, we've been on for over an hour. Y'all got to know some backstory with with Nitro. You know what I'm saying? One day, I'll probably film myself even shooting and stuff like that. I haven't shot in so long. But boy, man, one day I'll probably shoot with me, trying to, gain some stuff back. But thank y'all for watching the morning show, the Wonder Kid Morning Show. Please know that I'll be live tomorrow, too. It's just going to be a little different time. Didn't know you hated the West Coast so much, Nitro. I don't hate the West Coast. I've never been to the West Coast, even though I don't want to go. I just feel like California is expensive, and there's too many natural disasters that could kill you there. So on top of the crime. So I just be like, it's not my thing. But my brother played football in California. My brother was the football player of the family. So he played football over there. So I got nothing but love for them. But I personally couldn't live. I could visit California, but I couldn't live in Cali. I couldn't do it. But I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. I'll make a list of black movies from the 80s and 90s. Let's see if Nitro watches them next time. And like I said, y'all have a wonderful morning, a safe morning. God bless to everybody that showed up. And I will see y'all bright and early tomorrow. All right? But as always, that's another episode of The Morning Show. If you want to donate, you can. Bottom of the screen, QR code to a Cash App. You know how it goes. But I love you guys. Have a wonderful morning, a wonderful day. And I'll catch y'all later. Y'all know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp!
Finish him, Daddy.
You're not